I work at a college where virtually everybody sings and plays music and they burst into song at just random times, and it's really wonderful, but it does mean that I'm going to have to really up my game here. So maybe this time next year. So Doug said that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and I feel that acutely. I live in the house that was built for the Bannermans, across the street. And Mary came over with Billy Edd, and we had dinner, and she said, "Have you ever wondered what that little light switch is for in that strange place in the bookshelf?" And I said, "Yes, as a matter of fact, I have wondered about that strange little light switch, because some of the light bulbs were gone, so I'd flip it and nothing would happen." And she said, "Well, I'm going to tell you what that was for." She said, my sister and I slept in the back bedroom over there. We had twin beds. Guess what? I had put twin beds in that back bedroom. And she said, "My daddy, Arthur Bannerman, put that light switch in there because I was 15 years old, and when I came home from my dates, he would go over there if we stayed in the driveway a little bit too long, and he'd just flip that switch on." I said, "That is genius." I cannot believe I didn't think of that when I was raising my 3 children. Now it's too late. So when I said it was an honor and a privilege to serve this institution, I meant it. I really meant it. Our alums are phenomenal people, and the reason is that this is a phenomenal education. And yes, we do offer the traditional liberal arts, and yes, we do still offer all that community service and require it. So, still required. But here we have an incredible integration between what would be the classical liberal arts and what would sometimes be called the pre-professional programs. So here we have forestry and conservation biology and social work all living in harmony with all of the traditional liberal arts, and that's pretty special. But before we end, I wanted to tell you a little something about the history of access to education, which is so much a part of the history of this college and what I am endeavoring to do while I am here. So the place was founded in 1894, you probably know, as the Asheville Farm School, to provide an education for Appalachian boys who worked on the farm. Did a wonderful job of that and became a 2-year college, as you know, and then became a 4-year college, and all along the way, all of the students worked. They worked every day. They worked on the farm, they worked in the classroom, they did just about everything. And by the way, they also worked on the house that I live in now. Last week when I was in California, I met an alum who graduated in 1958, and he said, "Do you know that house across the road that the president used to live in?" And I said, "Yeah, I live in that house." He said, "Well, that's amazing. I helped build it." And that is amazing. It was really obvious when they went up in the attic and worked on the electrical system. But they did a beautiful job, and it's a pleasure. So access to education is something we need to be thinking about today, because we have a big divide between people who can afford education and people who cannot. So this year, Warren Wilson College introduced 2 new scholarship programs. One is called NC Free. That offers free tuition to North Carolina residents who qualify for state and federal and state financial aid for North Carolina residents who are full-time students living on campus. We're really pleased about that, and this year we find that our North Carolina applications are up very significantly, but really interestingly, our applications from the surrounding area in Buncombe County are up by 138%. So this is this is our history, these are our roots. The other one is different. It's called Milepost 1, and Milepost 1 is aimed at the middle class, those who get lost in the middle. They make too much money to afford college through Pell Grant and state aid, and they don't make enough money to really put kids through college. So for families who make up to $125,000 a year, we offer Milepost 1. It's called Milepost 1 because that's the first milepost when you enter the Blue Ridge Parkway. So you get on the parkway, and what happens? That beautiful vista opens up before you, and that's what a college education will do for you. So we expected about 60 videos from prospective students. They were supposed to talk about somebody who really made a difference in their lives and what the scholarship would mean. And guess what? We got 250. So we did a lot of crying, not because of the number, but because they were all so incredibly good. We only had 25 scholarships to give out, and we've been in the process of doing that via Skype for the last couple of weeks, and that's just the greatest pleasure in the world. But I do need to say that what we need to be able to do this work is, in fact, scholarship support. And so if you have a hankering to make a difference in the life of a young person, we have a way for you to do it. All you have to do is to go to our website, which, by the way, has been revised and is absolutely gorgeous, so you should go look at it anyway, because it's really good. And if you want to find out more about the college, definitely go there. And if you are interested in supporting our students with scholarships or supporting any of our other extraordinary programs, we would love to have you as part of our family. And for those of you who are already part of our family, who already support us, by being here, by coming out, by working on internships with our students, by volunteering, and by giving of your time, talent, and finances. We deeply, deeply appreciate it. So thank you again for your time and for being here for this wonderful program. I think it's just been incredible. And I think it's safe now for you to go into the lobby, because Billy Edd is there. Remember to buy your book first before you line up to have it signed. And thank you so much for this wonderful